Hembo time. This is for Wendy. Which coach has the most career wins in the Western Conference Finals?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Greg Popovich has taken the Spurs to the finals 6 times, but then Phil Jackson, I think, took the Lakers to the finals 6 times, and Steve Kerr is going for 6. He's sneaky, but I say Pop has been to more Western Finals, therefore has more wins. Phil second, Steve Kerr third.
Okay, you are incorrect. It's Pat Riley. That was the trick, because I first thought Pat Riley too, Wendy, and then I said it's got to be Pop. I did the same thing.
Did he have 6?
I don't know. He had 29 wins. Unbelievable.
That's a lot.
What a trick. Hembo, this one's for you. That's okay. That's okay. Hembo wins sometimes. Don't worry about it. We'll go to the game of the night. Make Wendy feel a little bit better. You can watch Steph dance around. Warriors 6-0 in the postseason this season, and Luka getting ready for game 1. Here's Luka. The floater comes up short in the second quarter, but the Warriors push it ahead. Clay to Steph for 3. Like clockwork. Warriors up 54-45 at the break. Third quarter. Warriors clamping down on D. Doncic looking, moving, getting stripped by Steph. Now Steph goes the other way, and I love this. Slows it down, speeds it up, slow it down again, back up, step back. Yes, that's what I do. Golden State up 12. Next Mavs possession, Doncic stripped again, this time by Draymond, who pushes ahead, finds Clay. Man, these guys work well together. Warriors turning defense into offense. Couple possessions later, Curry over his head to Draymond, who gets it back to Curry, who nails the 3 from beyond the arc and dance it up. That's what happens when you're up 17 in game 1. 2 minutes to go in the third. Curry off balance. Good. No problem. Led all players with 21 points. Even had 12 rebounds. Warriors win game 1, 112-87. So let's talk this over. I mean, Steph was on fire in this one. And it wasn't even about the points, Amari and Vince and Wendy back with us. Vince, it was about Steph just dominating, but also working within the framework of the team. Have Steph and the Warriors figured this thing out, and do you see any vulnerabilities in these Warriors right now?
Well, I don't think they figured it out. I think they did what they're supposed to do first and foremost. And Ryan and guys, Amari, I think you know this too. We, playing against the Warriors, we have no-nos and must-haves. No-nos are you never relax, because they're going to come off a screen at any time. Just because they're off the ball, that doesn't mean they're out of the play. And then you must communicate. When Clay and Steph come together, you must communicate. So yes, I don't think Golden State has to figure it out, but the game plan they stuck to in their energy and effort, sticking through 4 quarters, was what got them to win. And also add to it, they did what they're supposed to do. They protected home court. They look like a team that is ready to go and has been here before.
Jump in, go ahead.
Absolutely. Vince make a great point, because that's what you want to do, just protect home court and do what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to win game 1 in your home court, and that's what Golden State did. And so I do think, Steph is in his zone, right? The offensive flow is great. Everyone knows each other. The chemistry's there. And Vince is spot on with that. They just took care of business. They won game 1 on the home court.
But winning game 1 is one thing. Winning by 25 over the Mavericks is another thing. I mean, that was a drubbing. Did you expect that?
I didn't expect that, no. But you have to keep in mind, game 1 is like it's a toss-up. You never know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I think Golden State was prepared. Obviously, they was home at their own home last night, and they was able to sleep in their own beds and be with their families and feel comfortable at home. So they have the advantage of that, right? But and plus they had the days of rest in between, so they were fresher than Dallas. Yeah. And I think so. That's an advantage that they have on being home, and they took care of business by winning game 1.
Wendy, what did you see in Luka in this game, and do you expect him to come back much better as he watches the film and adjusts? Because Luka has been transcendent.
Yeah, without question. Luka is a tremendous player, and the situation that the Warriors put the Mavericks in this game, they just really pushed them away from the basket. They took 37 three-pointers in the first half alone. And they weren't good three-pointers. They came off driving, kicking, where you could rotate the ball around to the open man. They were three-pointers of discomfort. And that was a really good game plan that the Mavericks just didn't attack. And so I expect Luka not only to be better, but I expect them to find different ways to go after the Warriors on defense, particularly Jordan Poole. He is awesome on offense, but he remains a guy that you can beat on defense, and Dallas didn't go after him in that regard. And one thing that I think is going to stand out, Hembo gave me this number, Jalen Brunson had more touches in the paint yesterday than Luka did. That cannot continue. Luka has to be the 6'8" guy that he is, use his size and strength to get down into that paint, force the Warriors to adjust, and then run into their offense. I have no doubt that the Mavericks will be better as this series goes on.
Wendy, one more thing on Luka. You've seen it all. I know in the NBA, you've covered it all. And you talked earlier about how Luka reminds you of another transcendent superstar in this kind of situation. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, watching the game plan the Warriors had last night reminded me so much of 2007. I keep getting 2007 flashbacks watching Luka and the Mavericks. That was the first time LeBron made a deep playoff run. He was basically a super elite player carrying his team. And the Spurs just said, look, LeBron, you're not going to be able to get in the paint against us. We're going to make you shoot mid to long range jumpers. That is exactly the game plan that the Warriors had. And like with the Spurs, it worked in game one. Luka's average shot distance was 2 feet farther than it was the whole rest of the playoffs. Now, you may say 2 feet, that's not enough. That's not that much. But take a step back, it just illustrates how off his comfort level he was. So LeBron was not able to overcome that at that age. Luka is a more developed and rounded and experienced player at this point in his career than when LeBron was making his first deep playoff run. I think Luka will be able to make adjustments that LeBron wasn't able to back when he was so young.
It's amazing to even think about that. As good as LeBron was back then, Luka is better at this stage. It's really interesting to think about that. So, Vince, I ask you, you've been in situations like this in the playoffs. You've seen situations like this. Would you give Dallas a shot to win 4 of 6 from here on out?
Oh, man.
Because that's what they got to do.
Whoa, he's just going to throw that one. Yeah, I mean, what about the next game? But I mean, they're definitely capable of winning, and they're capable of winning on the road and winning in San Francisco. So they have a shot. Can they do it is the question. I don't know. Because at the same time, Golden State can win in Dallas. And, they've have a formula. They have championship pedigree. They understand how to close games. And you mentioned earlier about they blew them out. Well, that's what a team's supposed to do. You're supposed to stomp on their neck. When you have them beat, blow them out, take their confidence away. And that's what they did in the third quarter, moving on into the fourth quarter. So that's one thing they're trying to continue and carry on. They meaning the Golden State Warriors, to carry on into game 2 and for further on. So look for Golden State to hit first again and to try to take away the confidence of the Golden State Warriors. I slightly answered your question because that's a tough one there. You should give that to Wendy. Sorry, Wendy.
Okay, I will. Wendy, go ahead.
Well, look, the Warriors are the favorite team here, and they have a tremendous series record under Steve Kerr when they win game 1 because they almost always have had the better team in playoff series. They should win this series. But in my opinion, the Mavericks have the best player. I covered like a dozen series of this with LeBron over the years. He went in with the lesser team, took it on the chin in game 1, then pulled up his pants and went to war and fought and took the series to game 6 or 7. That's what I expect here. I expect this to be a long series where Luka goes right back at the Warriors and keeps scoring points. I don't know if this team is together enough and developed enough to pull this upset off, but I really do believe they've got the best player. And because of that, they have a chance. And this is why we watch the NBA playoffs every year. Great teams versus transcendent players. This defines the NBA, dominates our spring. I'm here for it.
I want to get to that. We're going to try to get to it if we can a little. Oh, go ahead, Vince. We do have some time. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to ask Wendy or the group in general, if Dallas goes down 0-2, does it still get to 7?
Ooh, Amara, take that.
No,
it did
I don't
last
think
round.
So. I don't think so. I think if they go down 0-2, if they go down 0-2, I don't think they will get to a game 7 because Golden State can definitely win in Dallas. So it'll be difficult for them to get to a game 7 if they go down 0-2.
And Wendy, quick thought. We have a second left.
Guys, keep doubting Luka. See how that works out for you.
We're not doubting.
Perfect.